Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angie Sims. If you're new to my channel, welcome again. I thought today would be a little bit different. I've noticed with my videos, I've never actually done a vlog video. It's always book hauls, book reviews, things of that nature. So I figured, let's have our first vlog video. Um, we'll go over a book that I did read, a book I'm currently reading, some art projects that I've been working on, some new things that I've got recently that I can't wait to show you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. So we'll go ahead and we'll start first with the book I did finish reading so far, and that is book 2 of a series of unfortunate events called The Reptile Room. And I did give that book 5 stars. I enjoyed it more than the first book in the series. Um, yeah, I mean, I enjoy the series. I've read it as a kid, and it's a lot of fun rereading these stories. And each book is a different story, um, meaning that it takes place at a different, what's the word? At a different guardian's house. There we go. Um, and what the Baudelaires go through. I don't want to say too much about book 2 because then it'll spoil the whole series. But I definitely felt it was definitely much better than the first book. Um, I will say this: there was so many times where I wanted to go through the book and just slap a character and be like, "Would you look in front of you and stop being stupid?" But hey, that's the fun of it. It's the fun of reading. But other than that, I really enjoyed that book. Sorry if you see page in the corner. I was reading through my reading journal. The other thing we'll go over is the book that I'm currently reading, and I love it. I love it. And that is Of Love and Treason by Jamie Ogle. I came across this book from a YouTube video by a YouTuber named Oshina, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She read this book on her videos, and she absolutely loved it. It sounded very interesting to me, and so I went ahead and I got it. And I have to say, I am thoroughly, thoroughly enjoying this book. So this book is about a woman named Iris who lives in Rome, and this whole story takes place in Rome AD 270, and her father is a jailer there. And in the beginning story, we find out Iris had an accident that caused her to lose her eyesight. And as a desperation for her to get her eyesight back, herself and her dad, they start trying to pray to all these gods. They pay for all of these relics that they're being told, if you pray over this, you're gonna get your eyesight back. Da 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 da. None of that worked until she meets this boy named Valentine, who tells her pretty much, my God can get rid of your blindness and give you your vision back. And at this point, Iris is like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I've prayed to everybody else. What makes you so sure your God's gonna, fix me? And he basically says, because my God is the only God, the one true God, and he'll fix you. I'm gonna pray for you. And she's like, yeah, no, don't pray for me. Again, it didn't work last time. Why would it work this time? And he's like, okay, but I'm still gonna pray for you, pretty much. And she's like, okay, fine, go ahead and pray. And that same night, she happens to be out in the balcony of her wherever she's living, and all of a sudden, she sees a bird fly across the sky in front of her. She looks down, she can see her hands, she can see her toes, she sees her chest moving in and out as she's breathing, and for the first time, she's seeing. But as soon as she blinks her eyes, her eyesight is gone. And she starts to wonder, who is the guy that this boy Valentine is telling her about? And is this the God that actually let her have her eyesight for that time period? And his God is the God, Jesus. And so basically, the book is her story of her journey to getting closer to God with the help of this boy Valentine. He, explains to her who his God is and what he does for you, and teaches her the story of God, the Bible. And yeah, I really like that aspect. It is obviously a Christian fiction. And I think that's really cool. It's really interesting. It says in the book, it states that people there, the non-Christians, they believe that Christians are these evil monster-like people that have horns out of their heads and that they tell lies, and they have it all backwards. And she's realizing, everything that's said about Christians is completely wrong, and she wants to learn more about God and get closer to God and, have this relationship with God. And I thought that's really cool to see this girl's journey on her walk with God. Yeah. So I highly, highly recommend this book, and I haven't even finished reading it, but I highly recommend it. There's not that many pages. It's not that thick. It's really short. I do like it. Real quick, I do want to show the bookmark that's in here. So I got a whole page of my here. I had recently purchased some Bible tabs for my Bible, and I'll probably show in another video. But it came with this really cute bookmark. Look how cute that is. And the little scripture quote it has here is, "You are altogether beautiful, my darling, beautiful in every way," from Songs of Songs 4, verse 7. So I'll put that back in my book here because I definitely don't want to lose it. So there's that book. Another thing that I got recently that was really cute is this book sleeve. Come on, look at how adorable that is. It screams beauty and also screams fall. That's what I love about it. It's got, the nice fall flowers. And it says, there's never enough. There's no such thing as too many books, sorry. And you would open the snap here, and your book will fit here comfortably. You can fit, your paperback books, and you can fit a regular sized hardcover book in here. You can keep it safe. It's actually where I've been keeping my current book that I am reading. And then on the back, there is a zipper here. And I can open it. And if you're an annotator, I am not, but if you are, you can put like your pens, your highlighters, post-its, whatever you need to annotate, or I should say, your Kindle, which is where I've been keeping my Kindle. That way everything stays nice and protected. I believe I paid $13 for this on Amazon. I highly, highly recommend it. And it's nice, very nice fabric too. So that's all on the bookish side of stuff that I've gotten recently. So the next stuff that I'll go over is all the artsy stuff that I have gotten recently and what I am currently working on. So one thing that I got recently that I thought was really, really cute were these fall stickers. As you can see, it was only $2. How do they're gorgeous. Do I know what I'm going to use them for? Probably not. I'm thinking maybe for my reading journal. When I get to like my fall themed books, like in November, I might use this to decorate on the page. I just thought these were really, really cute. I've never seen them before. And I just really like how the leaves look and how they pop. Because as you can see, they're nice and shiny and they just pop. So that's one thing that I got recently. The next thing that I got was this coloring book called the Paw Print Official Furry Friends Coloring Book. That's what it looks like. And it's got the spiral spine, like a notebook. And it's really thick paper. Now, there's a reason behind why I got this book. And the pictures in here, gorgeous. They're cute. And you can see There's names for the pets here. But the main reason why I purchased this one is this one. If you guys remember, my dog is Simba. This is my dog. There was a contest, and I submitted a picture of my dog, and I got word back that his picture was one of the ones that was selected to be in this coloring book. And I was really excited, and I had to order the color because that's my baby boy right there. Will I color in this book? Absolutely not. What I'll be doing is I'll be making copies of each of these pages and then coloring the copies, because I don't want to ruin this book, you know? They're so pretty. I had a little sneak peek. My dog Simba, he's right here laying down. I did trim his ears shorter, so they're not long anymore, but this is the famous little Simbas. Say hi, Simbas. Say hi, fans. Say hi. Okay, let me put him back down to sleep. He's tired. He's such a good boy. So another thing that I got, not really recently, I got it a couple months ago, but I hadn't had a chance to start working on it until just recently, just because I had other little artsy craft projects that were in the way, and I had finally finished those, so now I'm working on this. And that is the 2026 Diamond Art Wall Calendar. Now, I've already completed January, and I'll show you that. So, of course, you have the regular calendar on the side. And that's the January. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. The colors, they just pop. I love it. And so, as of right now, which I'll show you my progress, I'm currently working on February. I'm almost done with February. As you can see, just have that little chunk. And then February will be complete. Now, each month, as you can tell, they have different designs that pertain to that month. Obviously, the other months, they're not completed as yet. As I complete more of them, then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the designs, because they look better when they're done, in my opinion. So I did purchase this calendar at Hobby Lobby. It was $14.99 for it, I believe, when I purchased it. I've been seeing online a lot of people are saying that they're not finding them in their Hobby Lobbies. Not sure why that is. I don't know if they're already sold out, or for whatever reason their Hobby Lobby doesn't have them. But I did also see these on Amazon, so that may be another spot you guys might want to check out, and if you want to get your own. But yeah, I really like this one. I can't wait to use it next year and get all these done. But yeah, so that's the calendar. And the other thing I got, well, wouldn't say got, because I've had it for a while. I was part of this little free coloring class program thing on the computer, and I was able to get, while I was in that class, it gave me 3 free digital coloring books. I printed out one, and I've been working on that one, and that one is Cuddly Friends Cute and Cozy and Cute coloring book. That's the cover of it. I've got, let's see, I've only got 2 pages left to color from that coloring book, and that would be this page and that page. Once I finish these 2, I will print out the second coloring book that was sent out to me, and that way I can work on those. I know in a previous video I showed this coloring book. I'm pretty sure I did. Comfy Days. I have not started coloring in here as of yet. I do plan on it eventually, once I get through these digital ones first. What my plan is. Sure, the book there. But I can go ahead and show you the coloring pages I have completed. Before I show you the coloring pages from that digital coloring book, there is a couple of coloring pages that I did get from my neighborhood library. And what's really cool about there is they have free coloring pages there all the time. And my daughter and I, whenever we went to the library, you know, we always snagged a couple of them just for the fun of it. And we would color them in the house. Really quick. So this one is not from the library. This was one that I had found on Google and I printed it out. This one I used my acrylic marker set that I have, and I really liked how this came out. It came out really pretty. And actually, no, this was not the acrylic. This was my alcohol markers. I apologize. There's another one here that I did use the acrylic, and you'll be able to see the difference, but that is my alcohol marker set. I love my alcohol markers. I would say they're my ultimate favorite markers out of all the markers I do own, and I own a lot of markers. So there's this page. Now these three were some small pages I got from the library that I colored in. I've got really cute pink cow holding a really big juicy strawberry. I mean, look how cute that is. Look at it. It's adorable. We have a picture of a kitty, a little puppy, and a little bunny rabbit. I really love how this came out. It's really pretty. On the last small paper, you do dinosaur. He's my little roar. He's so cute. I love him. But those are the small pages from the library. The other regular size pages I got from the library that I've completed would be this one for the fall. Like, I love that one. I love fall. I gotta say, fall is probably my favorite season of the year. This next one is another gorgeous one. A pair of shoes with flowers. I really enjoyed how this came out. This one is a mix of my acrylic markers, my alcohol markers. The acrylic markers were the shoelaces, and then I used a white gel pen for the tips of the shoelaces, and then everything else was the alcohol markers. So I like how that kind of blended nicely. And then the last picture I got from the library is this desert in a bottle kind of design. I thought it looked really cute. I like it. And then, since there's so many of that digital coloring book, as you can see, there's a huge stack. I'll only show you a couple of them, or else this video is going to take like forever and a year to get done. So here's one that I completed. Here's two. This is the one that I did with complete acrylic. Not bad, I like it. Here's three. Here's four, and this one I was practicing, you know, kind of shading with darker, bring certain things pop out, and I think it came out really nice. And I'll show you guys one more, because we're already at 19 minutes in this video. Here's another. And that's all that I'll show for now, because again, I don't want this video lasting like forever. If you want to see the rest of them that I have done, go ahead and comment down below. And I'll either make a separate video just showing all the ones that I've done, or maybe making a section on my Instagram of all of them, so you guys can see them. And yeah, just go from there and have a good time with it. other than that, I believe that's it. Oh, you know what? I do want to show a recommendation when it comes to all these coloring pages. Should be a little crowded here. I got too much stuff in front of me. I really do. Oops. Okay. Trying to get these back in order. Okay, real quick. So I keep all the coloring pages in this folder. Purple's my favorite color, which is why I got a purple, folder. But I think what I'll do is all the completed ones I might transfer into a binder just so I have a spot to keep all the ones that are done. So that's a recommendation if you want to keep all your coloring pages. If you have digital coloring pages, get a folder. It's real easy. $1 at the dollar store. But another thing that I want to recommend, when using when using alcohol markers, they do bleed through. So keep that in mind if you do want alcohol markers. They're great, vibrant colors, but they do bleed through. Now, most of these sets, I don't know if all of them. This is the set that I have. I have the Hot 2 art markers, the 50 set, because I have the fine tip and the brush tip ones. And it only came in a pack of 50. I wish there was more. But a lot of the alcohol markers, they do look like these. They look like that on the tip. And they each have their own number code. And they come with a card. You normally blank like this. And what you do, you find the matching code to the marker. And obviously, as you can see, when I shade it in, because I'll give you an example. Let's go with Y608. So here's Y608. See how bright that tip is? You would think it'd be that bright of an orange, right? No. Y608 is that deep orange right there. So this is good to have handy. That way you can match the bright shades you want instead of looking at the tip, because it will throw you off, and you'll end up messing up your artwork because you think you're using the color you want and you realize you're not. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you get these cards. Good thing to have. Another thing that a lot of these come with is this sheet. Ignore the marker stains on it. And this is a, what do they even call these things? It's still upside down. I guess you can call this like a marker pad, but it's really flimsy. It almost feels like a thick, soft plastic that you would put under your coloring page or your drawing page, so that way the ink that bleeds through the paper will go on here and not on your next paper. Now, as you can see, they're really small. It's about the size that, deep markers come with. So what I highly recommend, instead of using the little clear ones that come with it, I recommend purchasing a sketchbook. But not any sketchbook. I would highly recommend the mixed media sketchbook, because the mixed media sketchbooks are meant for any and all coloring tools. Color pencils, markers, pastels, you name it, including alcohol markers. And they're really, really good. I'll show you the first page. So that was the very first coloring page that I did that it bled through. But what's good with these pages is it didn't bleed through the other side. So what you're seeing on here was the other coloring page that I had colored. The other coloring page that I used. So you can actually use this front and back of this page to, do your coloring. And being that it's a nice sized book, your whole page fits on there, no problem. You don't have to worry about coloring half of your page on top of, another coloring page on accident. And you can pretty much get these anywhere. I got mine again from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is my favorite store to get art supplies from. They have very good art supplies, and this brand here, Master Touch, and Hobby Lobby every other week goes on sale for, I think, 40 to 50% off. So that's a steal. So if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, I highly recommend going there. But I believe that is everything I wanted to go over in this video. I apologize for the length of this video, and I apologize for rambling on. And without further ado, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the notification bell below, and spread the word of my videos. I want to get more subscribers. I'm grateful for the amount I have now, but I want to increase that and see how far along I can go with that. And yeah, so without further ado, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.